It's episode 120 of the Business with Purpose podcast, How to Shop Ethically on a Budget. I'm your host, Molly Stillman of Still Being Molly, and the show is all about bringing you the stories behind the brands, companies, and small businesses that are changing the world. Now, usually each week I interview an entrepreneur, a CEO, nonprofit director, community leader, or just an amazing person who's trying to make a positive impact, not only through their personal life, but also with their professional career. My goal is to show you that no matter what you do for a living, you can make an impact right where you are. Now, a couple episodes ago, at episode 110, I started introducing my solo episodes, and so every 10 episodes, you get an episode with just me. And it is on topics that are requested from you. So if you have a topic that you would like me to talk about, you can email me at molly@stillbeingmolly.com. You can find me on social media at stillbeingmolly, or we have lots of these awesome conversations in my Purchase with Purpose Facebook group, which the link to that is in the show notes. If you are not already in that group, by the way, it is such a fun group. We ask so many great questions. There's a lot of great discussion, and you get to give me feedback on show episodes like this one. Before we dive into the topic, I want to thank our sponsor of the show, and that is Cultivate What Matters. Y'all know how much I love Cultivate What Matters. With an ever-growing list of to-dos, it is so easy to feel overwhelmed and dispassionate by the tasks on your plate. You're disappointed that you're not spending enough time doing the things you love and caring for the people you love. The ladies at Cultivate What Matters want you to press the reset button. They believe your time can be spent intentionally and that your to-do lists can be simplified by uncovering meaningful goals and taking action on them little by little. In doing this, we learn to celebrate progress, not perfection. Cultivate What Matters was created to give you the community, resources, and encouragement to realize that you can make great things, big or small, happen. I am actually a big fan of their Power Sheets Goal Planner. It is a 12-month proven process that gives you step-by-step instructions on how to create meaningful goals and make them happen. We are about to enter 2019, and I cannot recommend the Power Sheets enough. If you are ready to really get after your goals in 2019, get you some Power Sheets. You can go to stillbeingmolly.com/cultivate to find out more. Thank you so much to Cultivate What Matters for sponsoring the show. It means so much to me. All right, so today's topic is how to shop ethically on a budget. I've actually got 6 tips for you, and I want to make this really easy and really quick and really simple because this is one of those things that I get asked about all the time, and people say all the time to me, Molly, shopping ethically is expensive, it's too difficult, and it doesn't have to be. So I've got 6 tips for you, and we're going to break them down. Tip number 1 is the most affordable and arguably the most ethical way to shop, and that is shopping secondhand. Whether it's thrifting, consigning, shopping buy-sell pages, when you are shopping secondhand, what you are doing is you are actually purchasing clothing that is already in the ecosystem, so to speak. So you are not further contributing to the demand for clothing to be produced because you're buying clothing that already exists, it's already been purchased by somebody else, and it's already out there. Also, a lot of great nonprofits run thrift shops, consignment shops, so you might be supporting a local business. Obviously, you're keeping money in your local economy as well. So shopping secondhand is super, super ethical, and it's also the most affordable because when you're buying something secondhand, you are not paying retail price for it. So this is a great way to purchase items, whether it's clothing, shoes, accessories, home decor, anything like that. You can shop some of the more mainstream brands that you already know and love, and you're getting a discount off of that retail price. Now, obviously, there are traditional avenues like thrift stores and consignment shops in your own area. But if you do not have the time, like me, to go to a thrift store and browse the racks and take time to find something that is your size, your style, while I know that's fun for some people, it's not fun for other people. So there are amazing online resources nowadays that you can shop secondhand so much easier. And I'm going to give those to you. Some of the ones that you already may be familiar with are sites like ThredUp, ThredUp. ThredUp is a great way to shop secondhand online because you can browse through brands, you can browse through sizes, you can browse through seasons and styles. They have men's, women's, maternity, kids. They have a ton of different options for you. Poshmark is another one that is an app-based. I think you can also shop on their website as well, but they have a mobile app as well where you can shop and search brands and sizes and styles, and you're shopping directly from somebody else. You can also sell your items on sites like ThredUp and Poshmark. There's also a new app I recently discovered that is very similar to Poshmark called Relove, and it's RELOVV, Relove. That's another one where you can shop some higher end secondhand items. I've also had two amazing resources as guests on the show. First is Silk Roll. You can go back to episode 89 to hear their whole story, but Silk Roll is actually almost like a points-based system where you send in designer items, you get points, and then you get to shop designer items with points. So it doesn't even cost you any additional money with the exception of their membership fee. Then if you listen to episode 109 of the Business with Purpose podcast, you can hear about And We Evolve, which is actually a secondhand style subscription box. So if you like services like Stitch Fix, there you go. You have a secondhand subscription box where you can get styled items sent to your doorstep. And you know they're going to be high quality. You know that they're going to be in great condition. And they will be styled and sent right to your doorstep. I also, for my plus size gals, there is a new service called Style For It. STYLEFORIT, Style For It, and it is a plus size online consignment resource. Obviously, there's also in-person resources like Clothes Mentor and Plato's Closet or Once Upon a Child for your kiddos. But have you also thought of local buy-sell pages or the Facebook Marketplace? My local area actually has an amazing online buy-sell page on Facebook, and I am able to sell items, buy items, and just go do things like porch pickup where somebody leaves the items on their porch, I send them the PayPal money, and boom, we're done. It is so easy, and I have been able to clean out my closet that way, and other people in my area have been able to enjoy the clothes that I can no longer fit in or I no longer wear, and I can also shop everybody else's clothes, and it's a great way also to shop for your kids. So yes, thrifting, consignment, and buy-sell pages is the way to go. It's incredibly ethical and it's really affordable. Okay, tip number 2 is buy less, but buy better. The fast fashion industry has you convinced that you need to buy new clothes every week, every month, all the time. That is not how life should really be. We've talked about this all the time on the show, but back in the days of our parents and our grandparents, the average American only maybe had between 15 and 20 items of clothing in their entire wardrobe. Now, we go through that in a month these days. So buying less but buying better will save you money long term. Rather than going to a cheap fast fashion store like H&M or Forever 21 or Old Navy where new clothes are coming out weekly, they're not as well made, they're going to fall apart after a few washes, and so you just end up having to replace it. By not purchasing those things more often, but saving that money, and instead of buying an $8 shirt 12 times in a year, you spend maybe $50 on one shirt that is going to last you much, much longer. So where you've spent $96 on a bunch of different clothing throughout the year that just ends up falling apart and you end up having to toss it or recycle it, instead purchase one shirt or two shirts that are going to last you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Some of my favorite brands that I'm going to talk about a little bit later in the show, when I purchase something from them, they literally last me for years because of the intention and the quality of the product that goes into it. So when you change your way of thinking and you think about buying less but buying better, you are saving money in the long run. It's really hard to shift our mentality that way, but it is so, so, so important. Number 3. Save. Now, I know you're going to say, okay, Molly, this seems really simple, but so often we forget that, yes, we save for retirement, we save for a home, we save for all these different things, but why not save for an investment piece that you really want and you know is going to last you a long time? For example, there is actually a bag from Able, one of my favorite ethical fashion brands that I had my eyes on for a long time. But it was over $200, and I couldn't bring myself to spend over $200 on this particular bag. I knew it's worth it. It is one of those pieces that I knew was going to last forever. And so you know what I did? For a couple months, I just put $5 away here, $10 away there, $5 away here, $20 away there. I saved it up, and after a couple of months, guess what? I had the money, and so I was able to spend it. The other thing that does is when you save up for an item like that, and obviously this is now an item that I save for, I spend the money on, and I treasure, and I use all the time. It's so well made. It's going to last me forever. But you value it more, and you're less likely to just kind of buy it, use it once, and toss it. The other thing, too, is that by saving for an item that might be a little bit more on the pricey side, what that does is it changes your mentality, and it gets you thinking in advance about what you're buying. So when you save up your money, in the end, if you go to buy that item and you've been saving for months, and you might no longer want it because the initial excitement and the initial desire kind of wears off. And so then you can spend that money on something else, or you can put that money towards something else. It's your decision. But by saving that money, you resist the urge to impulse buy, which impulse purchasing is a big factor in spending too much money. So saving, that is such an important factor. All right, tip number 4, getting to know your more affordable ethical brands. Now, I love sharing affordable ethical brands. And don't get me wrong, I love some of those brands that their items are going to be a little bit more pricey, but I know that those things are not in everybody's budget. So I love to share my favorite affordable ethical brands. So brands like Elegant Tees. Elegant Tees makes the most amazing tops and dresses and skirts. They even have some children's clothing. They have men's shirts now. And if you use the code Still Being Molly, which is always good, it never expires, that gets you 15% off plus free shipping. So there's additional savings right there. But Elegant Tees really works very hard to make a high quality product at an affordable price point. So brands like Elegant Tees. Another one is Grace and Lace. Grace and Lace is a great place for affordable, trendy, adorable items that are made ethically. They are supporting orphanages in India, and they are always on trend. They're always comfortable. Their jeans are some of my favorite jeans I've ever had, and they're more comfortable than any pair of designer jeans I've ever owned. I love their sweaters. I love their scarves. I love their boot cuffs. They have so many amazing items. And Grace and Lace runs great sales. They always have BOGO deals where sometimes you can buy, maybe a pair of jeans and get a free sweater. So they really do also make it a point to have great items at an affordable price point. For your basics like undies and undershirts and socks, I love Pact, P-A-C-T, Pact. They make amazing, incredible organic apparel that is at an affordable price point. So comfortable, really well made, gonna last you forever. And again, they run sales all the time. I would be remiss if I did not mention my girl Emily Sexton over at the Flourish Market. The Flourish Market exists to empower women not only abroad, but also here. And so one of the things that Emily has done is made sure that she carries items at every price point for women on different types of budgets. So you can shop on-trend items at great prices from the Flourish Market. And you know that every single item and every single purchase you make from the Flourish Market is going to empower someone and has been ethically made and is changing the world. You can also use the code StillBeingMolly for free shipping from the Flourish Market. So there you go. Now, if you're looking for affordable basics for kids, I love Primary. Primary is one of those brands that they just make such bright colors. They're really well made. The quality is excellent, and kids can be kids and play and run in their clothing, and they're not going to get torn up or ripped. They're going to hold up really well. I love Primary. I can't say enough good things about that brand. So there are way more brands than that, but that just gives you an example of 5 different brands or 5 different companies that you can shop ethically on a budget. Tip number 5 is sales. Now, shopping sales in July and after Christmas is actually the best time of year to shop with ethical brands because they are transitioning seasons. And so this is the time where they are really trying to clear out their inventory. Flourish Market always runs a huge sale twice a year, once after Christmas and once in July. And she always has thousands of items 50% off. You can also find so many brands that will run sales with additional coupon codes in July and after Christmas. And here we go. We're in the middle of December, a couple weeks away. Save that Christmas money and you can go shopping and really shop ethically on a budget after Christmas when everything is on sale. Also, pro tip, if you have not already browsed my ethical brand directory, which is on my blog, stillbeingmolly.com, you can go to my ethical brand directory and any applicable coupon codes, I will always update and add to that page. So if there's a coupon code for a particular brand, you can go and look on my website and see if one is there. And if you aren't sure, you can always reach out and ask me. And if you are the owner of an ethical brand and you are listening to this podcast and you would like to offer an exclusive coupon code for my listeners, reach out and let me know. You can let me know at molly@stillbeingmolly.com. I would love, love, love to do that for you. And last but not least, tip number 6. If all else fails, if the first 5 tips have not helped you and you still don't know how to shop ethically on a budget and you still want to shop at some of your favorite fast fashion brands, or if you want to go to the mall, that's okay. But here is my tip for you. Ask yourself if you are going to wear that item 30 times before you purchase it. This is what we call the 30 wears rule. So I never, ever anymore purchase an item unless I know that I am going to wear it 30 times. 30 times. So if it's an item from a brand that is not traditionally an ethical brand or not fair trade, or I don't know necessarily how their items are manufactured, I always make sure that it's something I'm going to wear at least 30 times. What this does is it really helps to keep you accountable when you are shopping, and you're not just shopping for the sake of shopping. You're not just purchasing things for the sake of purchasing things. You are less likely to impulse buy, and you are making sure that you're really getting the wear out of that item. So many people, me included, I have been so guilty of this, will buy one item, you wear it one time, and then you get rid of it, or you buy it and you wear it 2 times and you get rid of it. And after you start to wear it, if it gets a hole in it, get it patched. If it loses a button, fix the button. If the zipper breaks, fix the zipper. If you need to get it tailored because you've lost some weight, get it tailored. So that's been one of the things I've really been more intentional about. Is in the past, if something got a hole in it or if I lost a button, I would just kind of toss it to the side and not worry about it anymore. But now I have really taken the time to, I repair my clothing when it gets a rip. I patch holes in my jeans that are, not intentional distressing. I replace buttons on shirts when the buttons fall off, things like that. Making sure that you're really getting the most out of every single piece of clothing that you buy. That is so important, and that really helps to reduce textile waste. It reduces items ending up in landfills and unnecessarily ending up in thrift stores or consignment stores. So there are your 6 tips for shopping ethically on a budget. I really hope that this was helpful. I would love to hear your feedback. So please leave me a review on iTunes and let me know how you liked this episode. Send me an email, molly@stillbeingmolly.com, or you can comment on social media using the hashtag Business with Purpose podcast. You can tag me at stillbeingmolly. Join my Purchase with Purpose Facebook group. I love to engage with this community. You guys are incredible, and I am so thankful for you. Thanks again to today's podcast sponsor, Cultivate What Matters. You can go to stillbeingmolly.com/cultivate to order your power sheets and explore their entire 2019 collection. As always, this show is edited by my amazing husband and executive producer, John Stillman, and the music is by Mark Killian of Third Wheel Media. Thank you again so much for listening, and go do something good with purpose on purpose.